Hi, hello, namaste, welcome to Hotel and Hospitality. This is Naveen Kumar Merhods. The art of cooking is ancient. The first cook was a primitive man who had put a chunk of meat near to the fire which he had lit to warm up himself. He discovered the meat heated in this way was not only tasty and much easier to masticate. To understand more about cooking, watch this video till the end and mention your comments and suggestions down below. Also, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get regular notifications. Cooking is defined as a chemical process. The mixing of ingredients, the application and withdrawal of heat, decision making, technical knowledge and manipulative skills. Let us simplify and understand this definition in detail. Cooking, we call it as a chemical process as the ingredients change their form in terms of appearance, taste and texture. The medium of heat applied affects the nutrients present in the ingredients. Application and withdrawal of heat. In the process of cooking, we apply the heat up to certain degree of cooking or till the desired stage of our expectation. Application of more or an extended heat can cause the food to spoil. So, we need to have a continuous check when the heat is applied to the food. Decision making. One who involves in the process of cooking must have a proper knowledge on when to apply heat, the degree of temperature and the desired texture, taste and appearance of the food. Technical skills. One must have the great ability and the knowledge of technical skills like knowledge of ingredients, knowledge of pre-preparation techniques, knowledge of various methods of cooking, safe cooking practices and food safety. Manipulative skills. It requires the ability to handle, manage and utilize the equipment of cooking skillfully. Let us understand about the aims and objectives of the cooking. By cooking, we can able to kill the bacteria which is present in the food. Bacteria falls rapidly at 40 degrees centigrades and generally seizes down around 45 degrees centigrades. The non-sporing bacteria can be killed above 60 degrees centigrades. The main objectives of cooking would be: cooking helps to make the food more digestible. Complex foods are often split into simple substances during cooking process. This helps the body to absorb and utilize the food more readily than if consumed in its raw form. Cooking increases palatability. Cooking makes the food more attractive in appearance and therefore more appetizing. Cooking introduces variety. Many different types of dishes can be prepared using the same ingredient. Cooking helps to provide a balanced meal. Different ingredients combined together in one dish make it easier to provide a balanced meal. Cooking helps in preservation. In order for the food to be cooked, the heat must be transferred from the heating source, such as a gas flame or a heating element, to and through the food. Heat can be transferred by convection, conduction and radiation. Conduction. Conduction transfers the heat using direct contact. Food is heated directly in a metal pan, in a liquid or surrounded by air. Dropping an egg into a pan of boiling water is a good example for this. The heat from the water is transferred to the egg. The efficiency of the heat transfer depends on the conductivity of materials in contact with the food. Copper is the best conductor of heat. Convection. This method of heat transfer occurs faster than conduction. Convection occurs by the movement of air, liquid or steam around the food. This movement of hot and cool liquids or gases combines. Stirring the pan redistributes the heat from the bottom of the pan throughout the other ingredients. Convection reduces cooking time by 25% over standard ovens. Radiation. Radiation heat transfers when microwave, light waves or infrared energy heat waves are spread into the food. As the microwaves penetrate the food, they bump into the molecules of water and fat, causing them to vibrate rapidly. The vibration creates friction, which creates heat that cooks the food. How does the heat affect the food in the process of cooking? When heat is applied to the food, it causes changes in color, texture, flavor, shape and nutritional value. Heat affects protein, carbohydrates, fats and water in different ways. Careful selection of the cooking method based on the content of the food and the desired outcome will lead to the quality of the product. Coagulation. Proteins are coagulated by the effect of heat. Proteins changes its form from a semi-solid state to a solid state. Cooking of an egg white is a great example. This process occurs between 160 degrees to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. The same coagulation occurs when an acid such as lemon juice or vinegar is added to the milk. The milk protein casein denatures and coagulates into spongy lumps. In meats, the excessive heat causes meat proteins to lose its moisture and become tough. Gelatinization. Gelatinization is the thickening of liquids. In the presence of water, starch gelatinizes when heated. The starch granules absorb the water, swell and then burst, leaking the starch into the surrounding liquid. Swelling usually happens at 190 to 195 degrees Fahrenheit. Excessive prolonged heat, not enough heat, and inadequate dispersion of dry starch into melted fats and cold water and excessive agitation may interrupt proper gelatinization process. Caramelization. Caramelization or browning occurs when sugars and proteins combine and exposed to high heat. It applies to both the natural sugar presented in the food and the sugar added to the food. Excessive caramelization may result in unappealing black color or burnt flavor. Evaporation. Moist foods contains water. As the water in the food reaches 212 degrees Fahrenheit, the water turns into steam and evaporates. Heat that is too high or prolonged cooking may dry out the product through excessive evaporation of moisture. So this is all about definition of cooking, aims and objectives, and effect of cooking on food. Hope you got this topic. We'll catch up in the next video with methods of cooking. Thank you and signing off.